Investigation into allegations of racism at the Pretoria Girls High School has recommended that action be taken against the principal, HR manager and other officials. The Gauteng Education Department sanctioned the probe following claims of bullying at the school, which led to the suspension of 12 white pupils. They were linked to a WhatsApp group chat in which racial remarks were made against their black classmates.
It is recommended that the following staff members be charged with misconduct: the principal, the deputy principal responsible for discipline, 2 educators for classroom-related incidents, the estate manager, the HR manager, and the acting principal. The GDE is to consider removing the SGB chairperson from the SGB in terms of Regulation 13 of the Governing Body Regulation for his attempt to interfere with the legislative powers and functions of the MEC and the HOD. This was designed to derail the investigation. According to the SGB chairperson, the letter he addressed to the MEC and the HOD on 31 August 2024 was drafted on the advice and with the guidance of his personal lawyer and not one appointed by the SGB. This letter was copied to a third party and contained serious allegations, inter alia, against officials regarding discussions that took place behind closed doors.
I'm joined now by Nomusa Cembi, South African Democratic Teachers Union spokesperson. Nomusa, very good afternoon to you. Thanks very much for your time. Were you surprised at all at this outcome?
And good afternoon to your viewers. We were surprised by what came out of this report. You know, we thought it was mainly had to do mainly with the learners, but we were surprised to learn about how things were run in that school. It is quite shocking, the conduct of the SGB, the conduct, the way we were surprised to learn that the complaint against that white WhatsApp group was first made as early as last year, but action was only taken after the learners had went on strike in July this year. So we were surprised in the manner to learn about how the school ran its affairs.
I mean, for the kind of culture we are hearing after this investigation, it would seem that a lot has been going wrong here for quite a while. It's not something that just came up recently, it would seem.
Yes, it would seem so, judging by the report. A lot of things were allowed to go just unattended. Matters were not dealt with timelessly. Things were just allowed to run on their own. So we know that in the issue of discipline and all that, the SGB has got to lead in that, and we do not see leadership from the SGB as well as the school management team, which comprises of the principal and the deputy and some of the HODs. So, and you can see that this has been going on for quite some time, but nothing was done.
I mean, nepotism as well. But one wonders whether this is an isolated, once-off incident, or whether maybe it's widespread. It's just that no one has been paying attention.
We think it is widespread. It's just that no one is paying attention. And that is why, as Sadtu, we were supporting clauses 4 and 5 in the Bella Bill, which looks at the powers of SGBs, that at the end of the day, there must be some kind of oversight from the department, you know, on the work that the SGBs do. I know the clauses look at the language policies and admissions policies. Actually, we believe that more should be done to look at what SGBs do, because when one looks at what happened in the school, we can see that SGBs are doing as they please. They were allowing, employing people. There was nepotism. There was people were employed without qualifications. People were abusing the infrastructure of the schools. People who were not supposed to be driving school cars, they were doing so. So really, we believe that more should be done to really look at what SGBs are doing. We want to see parents being involved in the running of their schools, but at the same time, we believe that there must be some kind of accountability. There must be some kind of oversight.
Where lies the problem, though? Is it a question of SGBs not having sufficient powers, or is it a question of people simply not doing what the law actually allows them to do?
We believe they have sufficient powers. It's just that they are not doing what they are supposed to do. In some instances, there are some SGBs who know the law and they want to bypass the law. In some instances, there are SGBs who are not empowered, who do not know exactly what is it that they're supposed to do. But we believe in this instance that the SGB knew very well what it was supposed to do, but they didn't do what the law expected them to do.
Well, I mean, with regard to the suspension, though, of the 12 pupils, one of the concerning things is the fact that the SGB apparently attempted to interfere.
Yes, the SGB is supposed to ensure discipline in the school. It's supposed to be the ones who are running those disciplinary hearings and all that. So they were doing what they were supposed to do within the law. But we should check whether what they did according to what the law stipulates. Mm-hmm. And in most instances, you find that SGBs do as they please and no one follows closely to check whether what they are doing is correct.
Mm-hmm. What else would you say we have learned from this, or discovered perhaps from this episode?
I think from this episode, it's just for both government and also other parents to follow closely as to what is happening in their schools. Yes, parents do elect SGBs into positions, but they should make SGBs to account all the time. But we believe that, people just are too trusting. They would believe that whoever is in charge is doing what they're supposed to do. I think it's just closely monitoring, calling people to account and not wait until the next SGB elections. There must be meetings going on all the time to check what is really happening in the school.
But also, the roles and jobs and how seriously people should take leadership roles, talking here specifically about the principal and the deputy principal.
Yes, the deputy principal also and the principal really, they dropped from the evidence or from the report. One gets a sense that they dropped the ball. They didn't do what they was supposed to do, and they did not engage the district or the department enough. Yes, they did report to the SGB some of the issues, but they should have also engaged the department if perhaps the issues that they were confronted with were too much, or they could not deal with them decisively, or they didn't have the resources, or they didn't have the skills to deal with those instances, especially instances of racism. They should have called on the department to say, we are confronted with this, we need assistance, please come and assist us in dealing with these matters.
What about the importance of process? You'll recall that the Thabo Mbeki Foundation entered the fray, and principally the issue they were raising was that no due process was followed, and this sort of clouding the issues.
Yes, yes, they went to the foundation, but we wonder whether they did initially go to the employer, which is the department. You know, before these things came to the fore, before all these things came, did they ever engage to say, we are confronted with these issues, please come and assist, please show us the way? And besides, the principal is you know, if there are avenues, if you are employed as the principal, there are avenues. Did the principal consult with his union? Did he go to the Education Labor Relations Council to say, I have this issue with the employer. I feel that the employer did not follow due process. There are as I've said, avenues like the Education ELRC, Education Labor Relations Council. The principal should have also used that avenue, which is recognized within, which is there to ensure labor peace, which is there to ensure that there are fair processes. So we need to look at that, where those things followed. Instead, it's their right to have gone to the Thabo Mbeki Foundation, but I am saying there are also other avenues that they could have also used.
Lots to mull over from this episode, hopefully, and the people involved. In fact, everyone involved will take seriously the matters that this particular investigation has actually raised. Nomusa Cembi, thank you very much for your time.